wealth, prajani. So, desire. Translation. Purport Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Those who are of passion and ignorance, the forefathers, beings, and the demigods in charge of cosmic, for they are a desire to be material with women, power, and repeat after me. Those of passion and ignorance, the forefathers, other living beings, the demigods, charge these. Desire, benefited, wealth, and progeny. Need to worship demigods. Whatever category is serious about the Godhead. GITA 7:3. It is that those after material enjoy the different demigod temporary benefits for men, fun of wish to increase material enjoyment. Material enjoyment is only up of the bare and or less. To accept enjoyment means bind oneself more to the miseries of existence. More wealth, aristocracy, some of the demand really disposed because he had of the benefit from Vishnu. By Vishnu, one can derive benefits life as in life. Forgetting these foolish people to more wealth, more children, worship gods. Aim of life is series of life, not to increase them. For material, there is no need to the demigods of the Lord. They are duty bound to cities of life, form of water, air, etc. And the next line, written in italics, emphasis is being given. Should work hard, Supreme Lord, hard labor, and that should be of life. One should work hard, worship the Supreme Lord, one's hard labor, and that should be life. One should be careful, occupy with faith in God, proper way to lead one on to back to God. Krishna, when he was person at Varnasrama of the demigod, advised the residents to worship business and to have worshipping demigods for material gain is practicality. Activity has in the very beginning of as cheating. There is in the world by one and all Bhagavat, or the religion which teaches worship the Supreme, and so coming back, GITA NAGARI, second part we are reading now to the end here is which is being is very much theme, which is a central theme. Gita means place or village, a community where community of that temple primarily focused on worshipping the Supreme with material for material gain. So we will just where we left off. The particular property who is meant to be, who can be a resident community. Just like Prabhupada established some guidelines. Who is a member of a we don't accept anybody and everybody. People who are ready to people who are ready to rules and regulations like that. So in a similar way, these are also Prabhupada, and this particular will be in terms of such communities. You'll be mentioning some other interesting things. So the particular type of take charge work of the Gita Magga are also mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Said about those who have, for the sake of Godhead, in previous verse, that they go out in the families and Srimatis. It is said, Kritam Malo Usit Samaha Srimatam Gehe Yogasto. Successful yogi, after many of enjoyment, living entities is righteous people, rich Aristotle. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6. Those who are born or famous or in the family, having the family do its work in the past life, can take interest in the NAGARI. They are cut from their previous birth. Very interesting. One time, Prabhupada, come to your country. He was talking to boys and girls. I have come to your country because the situation has. Some of you have come forward and taken interest in devotees. So I mentioned that some of you we other activities. So a lot depends on our lives, and people, as soon as they come in contact with devotees, if you want to join and meet also, don't really do, because previously there were some that it is therefore virtuous persons who have taken their births in the Srimatis must to the program. Prabhupada is writing this. There's a league of devotees and was actually canvassing to have pious join. Some people, but become really. It was only when and be attracted were no families, or like some connection was there. The effect to the program of the is necessary that at least picked such sushis should form an association. The International Society, the seat of, I guess, Prabhupada was, of course, in mind, Guru Maharaj, Saraswati Thakur, there should be a body which we know today as the governing body, to head up and coordinate. With the help of the arrangement has to be made of Gita Nagari of rupees 10,000 for the expenses of Gita. So that's like 75,000 rupees was the time. Those who are born in the family Srimatis favored as such that make use of their wealth of the internal instead of wasting for the service the external potency of God. If wealth which is servitor of Narayana, engaged in his service, will bring havoc in the world. And for this, possessors of wealth will show, and the reaction in the shape of pending political of the day. Crises that we are now confronted are the outcome of the wealth of the world and the service of God's Godhead. The Gita Nagari, therefore, a noble example as its wealth can be service of the Godhead, and thereby peace, prosperity, and proper. The guide rules and regulations to be sudden when they have in an organized form out the program of the Gita and to guide the principles of Bhagavad Gita will be or medium. It is incumbent governing bodies must have the following preliminaries, namely, they must limit connection. 2, they must be completely vegetarian. 3, they must from all sorts of habits. They must refrain of gambling, speculative. So this is and introduced, of course, when he did go to the West to learn how the principles of these 4 rules are directly connected with dharma. Prabhupada was making is meant to be focused on dharma. And of course, that means actually in line with Krishna requested also. The Lord comes. It is one of the purposes of descending. Governing gentlemen, the above 4 primary not be possible for them farther and farther. When we have preliminary qualification and also engage in the service of time, only one to the stigma. The activities of services of the Mahatma requisitioned, not meant for having no control, nor have the transcendental service. Those who are pure activities. So that means that stature People have to be a certain level of purity in a temple and govern the affairs. GITA. Then it will be effective in that way. Good, like one moon, the firmament. So innumerable. Yadya Sresta Tatta Sayat Pramanam Anuvartate. Text 21 to the Bhagavad Gita. A great man performs and whatever stands by exemplary world pursued. The proprietor and deity will be Sri Krishna. The temple of Sri Krishna located in the center shall contain the Sri Krishna chariot of Sri seated along with the Vigraha Parthasarati. We want to establish Parthasarati. GITA NAGARI. The Sri Parthasarati proclaim throughout the world how much the person is merciful, that Godhead can, of the chariot of his, is one of the many examples God can meet his simplest way. Senayor Ratam Yame to text the 21st chapter of the Bible. Infallible, draw my chariot, the two armies. Head with he as our Jew shall be worshipped according to the rites of the scriptures. So Prabhupada actually here is speaking of, he's not, unless he mentions later on. Yeah. The inhabitants of the GITA in that transcendental city as the denizens of the kingdom of associates of the personality of God become the actual Harijan described in the scripture. The only proprietor shall be the person inhabitants there as he is someone Teshu Drustina Priya Ye Bhaktya Mayi Teshu. Nor am I partial to equal to all, but whose service unto me is a friend, is also a friend to him. It is Krishna behaves equally to their reciprocal. Though much attached to Godhead, will be too much attached to it will be equally attached. Ordinarily, the living entities are sure, but even so, nor is any derision of God, personality of God is of His. Such only He purchased Him. These, like Maharaj, others have shown the personality of Godhead. Time, Goswami, who was the associates of Sri Chaitanya, was also the Prime Minister of Bengal. That's the way how we can. He used to spend income sake for the God of the Gita Nagari. 6 Goswamis spent on Sri Goswami spent only of his income for his, and the balance set aside for his personal exemplary householders from the behavior of and Sanatan for guidance. Everything that exists of Godhead is as sons of the God, the property, but as gifts to sons, and must engage the property, the service as sharing. If they're not, they must be ready source of troubles offered by energy of Godhead. The process of civilization designed by the is to enjoy the property of God, the external to the utmost the nation. The external is a thing enjoyed. Their sons, etc. External potency rejects and therefore when they by nature say is unkind. List does not incidental service of Godhead towards other above mentioned accommodated. The ideal place to set this to the people of the world. So these are general descriptions of what this Gita Nagari is meant. These are the asuras that to accumulate wealth on conditioned souls under the influence of Godhead are always their intelligence. They're always bewildered. As such, the government has a plan to engage in the service, see participating, accumulated unlawful wealth. They are at all able to make, surely they will be able to valuable service this to than any number or organization able to do. The general description in the context of, we could say, of what a temple is supposed to be, and what a Christ also meant. Later on, we could say, except of GITA NAGARI had extra to world Prabhupada has set up, in keeping with the orders of history to set up of body or of organs goes way back. The Goswamis in Vrindavan, and there have been over the centuries different, just like Thakur, he had introduced the program, which was, of course, then introduced within our being that for this mission, we could, mission when he just sends in the material, and those who inclined and interest in learn how cute or how to introduce words. This is like a main theme, means but when he is gone way back, Prabhupada had the vision how to establish on what the mission of the Lord, and so this is coming out particular section here. Example, I think this something of foremost important part was in Vrindavan days, actually. Some of you might have late at night, Prabhupada, one of his, maybe to call on one particular devotee was Giriraj Maharaj, who was closely connected in activities here in India. So I mean, this is in the last months, practically, and Prabhupada's health was very much deteriorated. So when there's a devotee, and so he was didn't know what, so he rushed to where Srila Prabhupada was. And Srila Prabhupada, and then asked him, later related all of this, you know, how will this movement continue? This movement will continue after I leave, on the verge of leaving. Giriraj National replied, as most devotees would, the 4 rules and regulations.